Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Business Spotlight Series. I'm Terrace with the Chamber of Commerce, and I am here today with Andy and Brooke of Maxine's Table, and we are staring at this beautiful charcuterie board here. But before we get into that, I want to grab a little bit of background. Thank you guys so much for joining us today and bringing this over to the office. I'm ecstatic to chow this down for lunch. But before that, let's do a little bit of background. What brings you guys to what brought you together as partners? What brings you here to Chelsea? Why this business? All that good stuff.
Well, what brings us together was Cleary's, actually.
Okay.
That's where we met. We've been friends for a while, and we wanted to find like a joint venture, something that we could do together. And actually, the idea was, I make charcuterie boards all the time.
Sure.
We hang out with each other's families all the time, and it was just something that I enjoy doing. I always have.
It's fun.
And yeah, but it's also like, you cook so many days during the week, and on a Friday night when you want a cocktail, you just want a cheese board. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how it started, and the idea came from someone. I was reading through Facebook one day, and someone had posted things that they missed in Chelsea, and one of those were the charcuterie and cheese boards from Wines on Main.
Yeah.
And I thought we can do that, we kind of started that way, really.
Yeah, it was a Wednesday. We were having drinks at Ugly Dog, and she said, "Oh my gosh, we should open a charcuterie business."
Yeah.
And so by the next Thursday, we had a website up and running. We were like, let's shoot for 5 boards this weekend, and we had 25 orders, and
yeah,
history. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is great. And you guys, it's just been up and up and up from what I can tell. I follow you guys on the social media, and I see all the events. You guys do a ton of stuff. Do you have any events coming up right now that you guys are going to be doing?
Yeah, our focus is definitely more event, workshop, pop-up based now. Mm-hmm. We have a workshop that's going to be on March 16th at River Raisin Distillery, Shamrock Your Charcuterie. Ah. Yeah, it's awesome. It's going to be a really good time. All of our workshops kind of have different themes and demographics. Yeah. I mean, we're trying to kind of do a couple of different things, but that's our next one. And then
you guys do a great job with that, by the way, of like theming them out. It's like, it's the Super Bowl, it's Valentine's Day. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's always very simple. It's not the same thing. So when people come to look at what you guys are up to, it's not like they're going to see what they saw last time.
Yeah.
We have one we're shooting for in spring, for a spring fling that'll be more couples based, and we're partnering with Withington's
sweet.
to do a wine and cheese tasting.
Oh, that's great.
Like that. So that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
Well,
totally different.
And that makes perfect sense. That's kind of what you said people were missing anyways, right?
Yeah,
that was what left when Wines on Main closed. Well, now we have Withington's and Maxine, so we're filling that void. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Jay's a great guy too. We love Withington's. It's so nice to have him on Main Street.
We're super excited.
Yeah. We're big into. We are just the one thing that we love about this community has been the collaboration. Mm-hmm. We have been so lucky to host events at Ugly Dog and the Crazy Diamond and all of these really great places, and just work with really awesome people. So we've been really lucky.
I went to your Mother's Day brunch one with my mom at the Crazy Diamond last year, and it was just so much fun. It was just like such a cool box, and I loved it. She was very happy. It was her first time going to the Diamond, so it was like a nice double whammy there. You know?
Can bring her back because we're doing it again this year over there.
Okay.
So bring her back over there.
Good to know. Good to know. I love it. Anyways, all right, so let's talk charcuterie. Yes, we've got a phone vibrating. So if you're like, what in the world is that noise? That's what it is, but it is not a problem. I'm sure it'll stop ringing in a minute. Okay, so let's talk the charcuterie board here. First off, what do we got all the way over there? What are we looking at?
So over here we have, for the Shamrock Your Charcuterie, that is just a mouthful. For Shamrock Your Charcuterie, the workshop coming up on March 16th, this workshop in particular, we're going to be making a board, but we also give them a little appetizer, since so many people struggle to not eat their boards before we make them. So this is what the appetizer is going to be, and it's kind of like a glorified cheese ball. It's a shallot boursin, and then it has corned beef, some coriander, and then some hot honey on a everything pretzel. So that's going to be like our little hopefully this
mouth
will
is watering.
tide them over just until we start in on the board. Yeah.
That's awesome. And that does bring up a good point. I don't think I've ever eaten a charcuterie board that I've made. How in the world do you guys even do it? Like, because I feel like I eat so much.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cutting meat, and I'm like, well, I'm going to have like 4 of those.
I-
And just like, by the time the board's done, I'm like, all right, well, hopefully everybody else likes this, because I'm stuffed.
I think it's like any profession that you
Work with food.
Yeah, you work with food, and I mean, like, yeah, if
It's
it was
impossible.
legal and acceptable for me to just nosh while I go,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. But
That's
you
a
know,
good point. I
especially
guess
in
you're in a
this
different
this
position.
this you know pandemic and everything, we want to be as cautious as possible.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I suppose
you
it makes
get
it
over
easier
it.
when there's a rule against it. I don't have a rule
Yeah.
in my kitchen.
No,
so,
no.
so it's a little
As
bit
you
different.
shouldn't,
Yes,
you know?
as I should. All right, well, let's move on to this beast of a board here. So
Yeah.
obviously a lot of this stuff's self-explanatory, but I got to hit on a couple of these things that are just bewildering me.
For sure.
What is that?
Okay, so that is kind of like our trademark. We do a wildflower, an elderflower honey, and then it has fresh cracked pepper in it. It's super simple,
Oh.
but
Sweet and
we
spicy.
swear by it, and
Every bite in it totally changes the
Oh,
flavor.
sure.
It's delicious.
probably one of the number one questions we get is, what does the honey go on? And I'm like, what doesn't
Everything.
the honey go on? You
Well,
know?
especially with the cracked pepper, it
Mhm.
balances out that hot or that sweet, you know, so it's not too sweet. Okay.
Yep,
Well,
yeah.
that's awesome. So that goes
Yes.
on everything.
Everything.
Understood.
Take
Okay.
a swizzle stick and just let it.
Cheese with the purple brine.
Yes, that is a Merlot. It's by Bella Vitano, if I'm saying that correctly. And it's like a super nice, sharp cheddar.
Mm.
And I don't think there's anything that doesn't go well with like some serious, sharp cheddar
I agree.
flavor.
Favorite cheese. I know there's a million
Yes.
cheeses, but cheddar is the king. It's the
Mhm,
best.
It is. Really
Uh,
supreme.
And we got what, figs in here?
Yes, so those are Spirit of Figs. There's
is
a
this?
couple of those. So that is actually a pastry, Kitchen Little, based out of Agricole. We do
Okay.
a lot of collaborations with them. You know,
It's really pretty.
yeah, and he did those for Fat Tuesday.
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a good day to be doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then we've got olives stuffed with
blue cheese.
blue cheese.
Yep.
And we've got our salami flowers and
Yes.
stuff. We've got little snack sticks over here.
Mhm,
It's
yep.
just awesome. Now, and
Yes.
these things change all the time. So that's, you know, as you're looking at this, you're like, oh, I like the olive stuffed with this or that. You guys are constantly shaking that stuff up.
Constantly. You know, I always tell people like everything to me is a fine balance of like flavor profiles plus visual. You know, I tell everyone like I'm an art student. That's where I thrive. So
Mhm.
that's my day-to-day job. So everything's based on color availability plus flavor profiles.
Sure. Yeah. You want it to be pretty.
Yeah,
That's part of the thing.
absolutely.
And then what kind of cheese is that last one?
That is a Chipotle Gouda.
Okay.
Yes.
And I lied. I'm sorry. What do we got here?
Oh, that's a really nice herb goat cheese.
Heck yes.
Yes.
I love goat cheese.
Mhm.
Goat cheese is my jam.
Yeah.
All right. That board is fantastic. And then moving on, we've got something pretty awesome here. What do you guys call these? So, the to-go, the
I
individual.
think, are those called the boxes?
Yeah,
box.
just
Yeah.
Because we have like this, everything.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
oh,
not-
I
it's
get
not
it.
a bite box. It's just the snack box.
The snack box. Snack
the
box.
snack box or something
I love
like
it.
that. The
All right.
or the snack. I don't know.
It's good, man. Whatever it is, it looks delicious. That's the point. And what do you guys do? What is the cost on one of these guys? Do you remember?
They go by like however they have price pick breaks.
If you get a bunch of them.
Yeah, we got the new packaging. We had somebody order for teachers for Teacher Appreciation
Oh,
Week.
that's great.
So we ended up doing like 25 of them. And as you go up, I think
It
just
gets
for
cheaper.
one it starts at 10, and then
It gets lower the more
Yeah.
you go. Yep. But they're pretty awesome. You got the snack sticks, the crackers. Is that like a honey stick?
Yes.
In there? Oh,
yes.
very cool.
Yep.
Is that the same honey or just more of a basic honey?
It's the same elderflower, but it doesn't have the cracked
The
pepper,
cracked
so
pepper.
you are missing that, but it still
well,
gives you a little
some
sweet.
pepper on there. whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And we got a little chocolate in there and some grapes, of course, the olives and some more of that cheese. It's just phenomenal. These are so cool. I love the presentation
Thank
on
you.
these. This is such a cool idea if you're having a party or something.
Yeah.
Lay those out. I just love it. Well, this is awesome. Let's stop filming so we can eat.
Okay.
All right. Well, this is
vegan,
great.
the vegan.
Yes, is
Oh,
there
the
anything-
vegan.
One
Oh,
more
the vegan.
collab that we're
Yeah.
working on is we are actually working on a vegan tray with Friendly Foods Vegan Kitchen out of Agricole.
Oh,
and they
very cool.
make their meats and cheeses, and the entire tray is just as pretty, and it is all completely vegan.
That's
we're
so
excited
awesome.
Yeah.
about getting that rolling too.
It's
Well,
really
yeah.
nice since, you know, we
I've never even
attempted
heard of
that
that.
previously, and it's, you know, like there's only so many vegetables, and they are making everything from scratch, and it is really, really delicious. And so to be able to create that in a board for that lifestyle, we're really excited about
For
that.
sure, and that's a very growing, I mean, that's a huge growing lifestyle. You
Absolutely.
got more and more demand for that all the time. And another great example of you guys coordinating with other local businesses, and
Yes.
that's what it's really all about here at the Chamber. That's what we love. So
For sure.
this is great. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for coming by and bringing us this stuff. I can't wait for lunch. And, you know, people, you said March 16th?
March 16th is the next one, yep, and then April, May, they'll
And then
all
keep
be up
on
on
coming.
the website, yep.
And Mother's Day brunch, don't forget.
Yes.
All right, great. Well, thanks again, guys. Thank you all for
Thank
watching,
you.
and we'll see y'all soon. Bye.